Welcome to the Activated Story Theater's 191st podcast.
This episode we bring you How a Bundle of Straw Became a Fortune, a story from Japan.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
And I'm Kimberly.
And together we are the
Activated Actors. We are coming to you from Simpsonville, South Carolina.
And the Simpsons do not live here as far as we know.
We haven't found them anyway. I'm pretty sure that they live in Springfield anyway.
Yes. There may be Simpsons living here, but not the same ones. Anyway, this is the holiday season, and this is going to be a short podcast. We're going to have a special story about gift giving.
But mostly we want to wish everybody a happy holiday, whether you celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. We are hoping that you are in good holiday cheer and having fun with friends and family.
So, let's go to Japan.
Ooh.
Long ago in Japan, there was a young man named Keisuke who was very poor. When a typhoon destroyed his little house, he decided to go on a journey to seek his fortune. And all he had to take along was
a bundle of straw? That's the only thing I have left in the whole world. I don't know what I'm going to do with just a bundle of straw, but surely I'll find some good fortune somehow.
Well, he walked for a long way carrying his bundle of straw. Now, you might think that he came to a pig who needed to build a house.
I didn't?
No. Instead, he came to a man making charcoal.
Greetings, sir.
Good day, young man.
I'm looking for a job. Do you have any work for me?
No, sorry. I have just enough work for me. With making charcoal, you mostly just wait and wait and wait. But hey, I just finished a batch and I could use something to wrap the bundles in. That looks like some nice strong straw you've got there. I wish I could buy it, but even though I have a yen for it, I don't have yen to pay for it.
Oh, you don't have to pay me for it. I'll be happy to give it to you.
Are you sure?
Yes, indeed. If you need it, it's yours for free.
Well, that's very kind of you indeed. Well, at least take one of my bundles of charcoal with you. Maybe you'll get invited to a barbecue or something.
Oh, perhaps. Thank you, kind sir. I appreciate it.
And so, Keisuke continued on his way. But instead of a bundle of straw, he carried a bundle of charcoal sticks, with some of the straw wrapped around it. Soon, he came to a blacksmith pounding on metal.
Well, good day, sir. I said, good day, sir. Hello?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. I wear earplugs while I'm working. Otherwise, I hear the ringing in my ears all the time.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hey, that's a mighty fine sword. Are you trying to break it?
I'm a blacksmith. Blacksmiths pound on metal to put it in the right shape. You don't get out much, do you?
I guess not. I thought maybe you were angry with the sword.
Nah, I'm just putting the finishing touches on it.
Whoa, you made that?
I made all these swords. As I said, I'm a blacksmith.
Wow, that's really some great work you do. You must have had a lot of practice making swords.
I have indeed. There's been a war going on for years, so there's been a big demand for swords. Frankly, I'm ready for the war to be over so I can get back to making hinges. Our troops may be well armed, but everyone's doors are falling off. Uh-oh. I've been so busy making swords that I've run out of charcoal to make fire with. And without fire, I can't make swords or anything else.
Well, I happen to have a bundle of charcoal right here over my shoulder.
Yes, I noticed that. I wasn't going to say anything in case you were sensitive about it or something.
Oh, I'll be happy to give you this charcoal so you can keep working. Unless you need a vacation.
Oh, that's very generous of you. I don't have any money to pay you, but,
Oh, you don't have to pay me. I don't need the charcoal, so if you do, I'm happy to give it to you.
Well, at least take one of my fresh swords with you. A small one, of course. Maybe you can use it to open scrolls or trim your toenails or whatever.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So he continued his journey, this time not with a bundle of straw or a bundle of charcoal with some of the straw wrapped around it, but with a sword. A short one, of course. Soon, he came to a samurai.
You there. Are you on the red team or the blue team?
I'm not on either one. I'm just passing through.
Are you sure you're not part of the combat exercises?
I'm certain, sir. I'm not Team Valor or Team Instinct.
I guess if you were, you'd have a much longer sword than that.
Oh, I only have this one because the blacksmith who made it gave it to me.
Seriously? Well, I wish I had run into him first. I could really use a short sword like that. I have this nice long one, but sometimes the enemy has short arms, in both meanings of the word.
Well, you can have this sword if you want it.
Huh? No way.
Absolutely. I don't need a sword. I've never fought anything but the common cold.
How much do you want for it?
Oh, I don't want anything at all. You see, I started out with just a bundle of straw, and I gave that to a charcoal maker. And he gave me a bundle of charcoal in return, and I gave that to a blacksmith. And he gave me the short sword in return, so I'm happy to pass it along to you.
You're a mighty fine young man. I wish I'd had a son like you. In fact, I have an idea. Let me get out my pen, and I'm going to write a letter to my wife. I'd like for you to deliver it to her for me.
But I don't know where she lives.
Don't worry. I'll write her address on the letter. And in the letter, I'll ask her to give you a job working on our estate. That is, if you want it.
Yes, of course.
And I'll ask her to let you live with the servants. That is, if you want to.
Yes, of course.
There you are, then.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate this gesture. And I must say, that was some very fast writing.
When you're a warrior, you learn to do everything quickly. Well, I must go back to the war games and then back to the war. Good luck to you, young man.
Good luck to you too, sir. So after Keisuke's delivery service, the samurai's wife did indeed hire him to work on the estate.
And he worked there for 10 years.
But a lot can happen in 10 years.
Too much to tell you about unless we do it quickly.
Keisuke worked very hard.
And the samurai's wife adopted him as her own son.
Then the samurai was killed in battle.
And so Keisuke became the man of the house.
And his new mother left him the whole estate in her will.
So he became a wealthy man.
Even though he started out with just a bundle of straw.
Which just goes to show
the pen truly is mightier than the sword.
And that's the story of how a bundle of straw became a fortune from Japan.
And that's another wonderful example of a pay-it-forward story. If you've been listening to our podcast, surely you've heard Something from Nothing.
We are currently performing The Boy Who Wanted to Drum, which involves the same kind of motif.
Which is another pay-it-forward story. I believe that's also on our podcast. You can listen to The Boy Who Wanted to Drum or Something from Nothing. And I imagine there's some other wonderful pay-it-forward stories out there.
We did a podcast several years ago about one called The Apple Dumpling.
The Apple Dumpling. There you go. There's another one. So, a great season to pay it forward. Find somebody who needs something and see if you can help them out. You never know where it might lead.
And speaking of our story, The Boy Who Wanted to Drum, you'll have a chance to see that
in Charleston, South Carolina at the museum. We're going to be performing there on January 12th at 10 a.m. It's a fun museum and even more activated, of course, when we get there to act out some stories on stage with our sets and our props and our costumes. And if you'd like, you can even come and be in the show, but you got to meet us at 9:30, and that's for kids age 6 and up. Meet us at 9:30 and we'll give you a little part you can play in the show and get up on stage with us.
So, January 12th at Charleston Museum, Charleston, South Carolina.
And if you can't make that, we want to see you in Alabama in Mountain Brook at the Emmett O'Neill Library. We'll be there on February 5th, and that's going to be an evening show. The show starts at 6 o'clock, but there's going to be a light dinner served at 5:30. So lots of fun happening at the Emmett O'Neill Library, and that's going to be in February. And after that, you're going to have to come to California.
All right, well, you won't hear from us again until 2019. So
2019, have a happy new year!
Yes, have every great holiday you can imagine.
And we're thinking of you. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next year.
Stay activated.
Activated Story Theater is committed to bringing fun, educational shows to schools and libraries nationwide. On stage, we use physical comedy, American Sign Language, imaginative props, and a giant, oversized book to bring multicultural folktales to life. For booking information, check out our website, activatedstorytheater.com, where you can also find out when the activated actors will be performing near you, read a story, or order one of our audio CDs. You can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or listen on Stitcher. We look forward to your comments and folktale suggestions. Stay activated. Until next time.